For more on this, let's bring in Dr. Hellyer, who's a senior fellow in geopolitics, international security and also Middle East studies at the Royal United Services Institute for Defence and Security Studies here in London. Welcome to the programme. So Donald Trump wants to negotiate a nuclear deal with Iran. He says he's written a letter to Iran, although there are reports that Iran did not receive this letter. What do you read into this?
Thank you for having me on your program. So I think what you've seen with regards to the Trump administration and Iran since quite early on, there are essentially two schools that are trying to take dominance within the administration. One is maximum pressure, try to get a deal, but avoid war. And the other is frankly more interested in escalation. As it stands at the moment, I think Trump has aligned himself and is giving power to the first school, where you saw early on Elon Musk meeting Iranian officials at the UN. You've seen Trump himself appoint certain people to his administration in senior positions that are responsible for the Iran file and are not looking for a war. Not that they're particularly friendly about Iran, but they're not looking for a war. They don't see it, frankly, good for business. And I think that what you've seen over the last couple of days with regards to this letter is indicative of that, where the Trump administration is looking for ways to come to some sort of arrangement with Iran, as opposed to escalation and war.
And what do you think that arrangement could look like? How could Iran react? Of course, we know Trump pulled out of the JCPOA.
So I think the Iranians will be skeptical, but I think that they would prefer an agreement over war. I think the last year or so has shown that the Iranian regime is not as strong as many people thought it was. They haven't been able, for example, to stop the Israelis from carrying out this brutal war on Gaza. They weren't able to help Hezbollah in Lebanon. They weren't able to save Bashar al-Assad from the uprising that overtook him. So the Iranians are frankly in a weak position, and I think that they know that, and I think that they would be content to have a deal because the alternative, of course, is war, and I don't think that the Iranians are relishing that idea.
So you say Iran is in a weak position. And they're not as strong as people thought they were. But what about their nuclear facilities? How strong are they? How developed and advanced are they?
So this is a subject of some debate, how close they are to actually developing a bomb. And as of yet, I don't think that anybody has a final sort of, conclusive answer on that. But we also know that on top of the Trump administration, you also have the Israelis who are quite keen to escalate vis-a-vis Iran. And that includes striking facilities, including nuclear facilities on Iranian territory itself. And what I think this letter indicates and these signals indicate is that actually Trump is giving a chance to the Iranian regime to escape that kind of eventuality. And I think that they will take it quite seriously because, again, the alternative that we've seen in other arenas has not been very positive.
Dr. Hellyer, thank you so much for joining us on the NewsHour today. Really appreciate your time and your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much.